Hello everyone, and welcome to my talk. Before starting, I wanted to share with you a little advice that I received 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to do a training in public speaking. And this training was given by the fantastic Emna Shaouch. She is really great, full of energy. And at the very beginning of the training, she said something interesting. She said that even before working on your speech, you need to work on your mindset. And I don't know how it is for you, but me, before a presentation, I'm a bit stressed, anxious. I have the fear of the public judgment, also my own judgment, it's probably the worst. I don't know if you still hear me. I suppose yes, fine. So yeah, it's not an easy work to do a presentation. But she said, yeah, you need to work on your mindset. And she said that the first thing is, don't say you are stressed. Say, I'm excited. And already you are in a better mood. And then think that a presentation is an opportunity to share something with a public. And she said a very nice sentence. She said that public speaking is a gift. And today, I have a gift for you. My name is Clotilde. I'm business analyst and team leader of the inventory expertise team. And today, I'm excited to be here on the stage with you. And I would like to take the opportunity to be here to give you all my knowledge to help you to get started with Odoo Barcode. The first thing I will ask you is to scan this QR code. It will redirect you to a pad where you can write down all your questions. So my goal today is really to make sure that I give you all the tips to make sure that you are fully ready to start using Odoo Barcode. So for that, you need 3 main things. First, you need to have a basic knowledge related to Odoo Barcode. Then, I will explain you different things that you need to think about or do outside Odoo. And then, I will finish by showing you what are the configurations you need to do in Odoo in order to be ready. But it's the easiest part, in fact. So, ready? First thing, the knowledge. Do you know what is a barcode? A barcode is simply a format. So it's just like characters, but like another typo. Inside, it's simply characters. It's related to an information in your software. But so you have to understand that like it's another typo. And through the world, there are many types of barcode. You have UPC, EAN, depending on the industry of the country, there are more barcodes that are more known. But globally, they all serve the same purpose, that is just having a format that is readable by a barcode reader. Usually, I have the question, what is the difference between 1D and 2D barcode? So here on the right, you have twice the same barcode. You have one is in linear, the other one is in square barcode. But globally, in the 2 barcodes, you have the same information, the product barcode and the lot number. But as you can see here on the screen, it is clearly already quite long in the linear barcode to have 2 information. So the advantage of using a 2D barcode is mainly the fact that you can put more information inside. It's a smaller size, so you can put it on smaller item as well. And it's also easier to scan for the barcode reader. So I have just said that it's possible to put several information inside a single barcode. But how can the system understand several information in a single barcode? For that, you need common rules. And JS1 nomenclature is a set of rules. Here I will speak about JS1 because Odoo uses the JS1 nomenclature. But globally, it's a set of rules allowing the system to understand which information is contained inside. It's used globally through the world to facilitate goods exchange. So in each rule equal to 1 info. And in the rule, you have, so what is the information? what is the length of this information, and also you know which characters are authorized in this kind of information. Here I have an example for you to explain it better. So here you have quite a long barcode, and the system will read it from the left to the right. And if I cut it in several pieces, you will see that here you have first the packaging. So the system will know what is the information thanks to the application identifier. And then it will check what is the information and is ready then for the next information. And here, for example, we have the expiry date. And after that, it's the lot number. I won't continue too much on JS1 barcode because I have many things to explain you, but you know already now the basics that you need to understand. So now you have the knowledge. The next part is to know what is needed to be done outside Odoo. So the first question to ask yourself is, what are your barcodes? Where do they come from? Globally, you have two main possibilities. Either it comes from your supplier or your manufacturer. It means that you don't have really the power on it. They are already sticked on your product, and you need to be able to manage the way, the format it is. And either it's internal source, and in this case, if it's only for internal purpose, you can do what you want. And it's usually the case, for example, for the locations, you can decide how you want to name it and what is the format. But if you want to use your barcode externally, you need to identify it and make it official. And so you need to buy a barcode to the JS1 organism to make sure that your barcode is unique. So you know what are your barcodes, so you check what are the different formats you could receive. And then the question is, which device? So the first possibility is simply your phone. You can add Odoo on your phone, and then you are ready to start. It's a good way, but the only thing is you need to pay attention that the system for scanning will use your camera. So it's not a real barcode reader, so maybe you are limited with the brands you have for your phone, and you really need to make sure that it is able to scan all the different types of barcodes you need. Then you have USB and Bluetooth barcode scanner, like I will use later in the demo. The advantage of that one is that it's just plug and play. It works like the extension of your keyboard. And the only configuration to do is making sure that the language that is set on your device is the same than the language that is set on your computer. Like this, they speak the same language, and they put the same characters when they scan. The last one is mobile computer scanner. The idea, like the phone, is that you install the Odoo app. You have a few configurations, but everything is really well explained in the Odoo documentation, and then you are ready. You are mobile, you can go through the warehouse and do all your operation easily. So now you know what are your barcode, you know what are your device. Now it's time to set up your warehouse. There are a few things you need to pay attention. First, internet. You need to have a Wi-Fi or 4G to validate your operations. So you need to make sure that the Wi-Fi coverage is good enough. Then you need to print all your labels, make sure that what you have printed is readable by the scanner, and be smart in the way you stick the different labels. Like you can use, for example, magnets or things like this if you know that the location could change or the products could. I say be smart in that way because the goal of using a barcode scanner is to be straightforward, to go faster, and so you need to think to optimize the path of the user to really be efficient at the end. So you have the knowledge, you know what you need to do outside Odoo. Now it's time to show you what you need to configure in Odoo. So here I have a database, and the main configuration you need to do in Odoo to start using barcode is simply add your barcode in your database. There are different places where you can put barcodes, and I will show you the different places. The first thing is the product is the main important thing. And so you go to inventory, product here, and then, for example, you take your mayonnaise. And here my advice is don't try to type it. You have more risk of making mistakes. Just go on the field, take your barcode scanner, take the product, and then you scan it, and you have no risk of doing mistakes. So it was the simplest way, but you have different places where you could do the same. You can also go to configuration, and then settings, and if you go below, you see a menu that is called configure product barcode. And from there, you can go on the field, and you see in this menu that the products are ranked according to their reference. Probably it's the same in your warehouse, and so if it's well organized, you can start first here scanning your product, and then you will see that the system will automatically go to the next line. So I do one product, and then here I have my second one, and you do it like this for all the products. So it's one way, but for sure, I think the most efficient way is still to do it with import. If you need to do it with import, you simply, here we'll just save, go in new product, you go in list view, and if your product already exists, you need to update them. So you select all of them, you click on action, export, you select, I want to update my data, otherwise you will create a new record, and you make sure that you have selected barcode. Then, so you export your Excel file, you fill the column barcode, and then you are ready to import. Here it's already done for me, and so I go to import, update data. I take my file. First thing is you test your file. And then as soon as you have the blue banner, you are ready to import. You click simply on import. So now I can check that I put all the barcode I needed for my database. So it was empty at the beginning, now I have all my barcode. If the product doesn't exist yet, there is another way to create product and add the barcode. Since Odoo 18, if you go to configuration, you can enable the API with barcode lookup. And thanks to that, when you will create a product, either from inventory or from barcode, it will take all the data from barcode lookup to fulfill the information. So I will do it now. Just checking, yeah. And here, just click on new. I go on my field barcode, and here I will scan the product, my new product. And you see that he has taken all the information from barcode lookup. So I have the picture, I have the description, I have even the price, and I have the notes that are available in the barcode lookup. So I said at the beginning that there are different places where barcodes are available in Odoo. Most of them, it's already filled for you. So if you go on your locations, for example, you see that for the stock, it's done. But if you create new location, like here, you can add your barcode, and you will see a nice display of how it looks like. You can do it as well on the operation type, but it's already done for you by default. The advantage of making a barcode on your operation is that with the barcode scanner, you scan this barcode, and it creates directly the right operation. For the packages and for the lot number, you don't need to add a barcode, because the name in itself of your lot or your package corresponds to the barcode. It's just another format to display it. So here you see that the barcode here corresponds simply to the pack 01. So it's just another format, like another typo you would have chosen, but readable by the barcode. A last place where it could be interesting to add a barcode is on the packaging. So here, for example, I have a packaging for my Schweppes, a pack of 6, and I have set a barcode on it. Thanks to of doing this, if I scan this barcode, instead of counting 1 unit, it will count 6 units. So it's really easy then to manage your flow. So you will go faster in your warehouse if you use barcode on your pallets, for example, on your pack and things like this. So if you want to go further, and if you have the case, you can enable JS1 from there. And if you want to go a step further again in your configuration, you go to operation type, And here, if you click, you will see that you have an additional tab where you can configure additional things. You can say what will be mandatory to be scanned, what need to be done before the validation, and things like this. And you can also decide from there which documents will be printed at the validation of the transfer. If you have an IoT box, it will automatically print the document. Otherwise, it will simply download the document and then you print it manually. So you have seen, globally, in terms of Odoo, the main configuration is just adding your barcode. And here I would like to take the few minutes that left for me to show you a demo of how it works. The first thing is, my best tip, I would say, is read the instruction in the barcode. There are many things written that will guide you when you will manage your operations. And already from the home page, you see a lot of things that are possible to do directly from there. I will show you a bit later, but so here I will just go for operation. And again, if you take the time to read, you will see here that I have a few receipts. I don't know which one to open, but if I read carefully, I will see that if I scan, I will be able to filter my record based on what I have scanned. So here, if I do it now, I scan here my first product, that is my box for my receipt. Now I have the right receipt, and I'm ready to scan, and I will do the mayonnaise twice, and then my boxes here of bulgur 3 times. And then, you remember at the beginning, for the setup, I said that you need to be smart in the way you stick the things and to the setup of the warehouse. Me, I did that. On my trolley, I put barcodes for the action. So I don't need to go back to my computer to validate my transfer. I can simply scan here my validate, and my transfer is done. I don't need, when you use Bluetooth, it's really interesting because you don't need to go back each time to your computer. So now, let's process another operation. So I said from here, you can do many things already. So here I will use a document, and if you print the picking operation, you have a barcode here. If you scan this barcode, it corresponds to the name of the picking. It will open directly the right picking, so you don't need to look for it, and you are ready to pick your item. Again, you need to read carefully the instruction. First, scan the source location. Here, I did it as well. So I have here, I will start with the drink. So now you see that I'm in the drink location. And here, I will scan the barcode corresponding to my Schweppes. And I have in once my 6 units. Now I need either to continue from this location or scan another location. Here I will scan the food location, and I can scan now from there my other product. So I will scan here my first product, and then the next one is the mayonnaise. And here again, I don't want to go back to my computer. I need to do a put-in pack. I have here my barcode for the put-in pack there, so I can simply scan it. Now everything is in the pack 2, and I can scan my validate action. And it's done. When you use barcode, you can also manage inventory counts, and so you can simply go there. Again, you read the instruction. So for example, I will take a food, and then you are ready to scan products. I can take, for example, the mayonnaise, and then I scan several times if I want. So I do my inventory adjustment, and then I can confirm. And here you see that you have 2 choices. Either you know what you want, you do just a correction, and you apply now. Either you wait for a review, so you said that you have counted, and it's your manager that will validate the count in the backend. So here I will simply apply now, and it's done. If you want to do the full count of your entire location, you can just go there and enable this option. You scan the location, and then you are ready to scan all the products currently available from this location. So here I have explained you all the things, the basic things you need to know to start using barcode. So I hope that you are happy with your gift and that you are not stressed anymore to use Odoo Barcode, but that you are excited. You are now ready, so do it. Just use Odoo Barcode and you will see it will streamline all your stock operations. I'm now ready for all your questions, so feel free to scan this QR code.
Thank you, Clotilde. I think you made us all very excited about barcodes.
Thanks.
So, the first question, can we prevent scanning products that are not on the stock picking or force scanning only the reserved serials?
So yeah, it's in the operation. So if I go back here on my database, you can see that on the operation directly, where I shown in the beginning, you can decide if you allow or not extra product, and you can decide if you want to see the specific serial number that has been reserved, or if you prefer to have the choice of selecting the ones you want.
All right, very clear. Thank you. When you do the inventory with barcode, which accounting accounts do you affect?
You need to put that in your settings, but the settings are now in the accounting part, so you can set there. And I think that on the location as well, you have the possibility to put a specific account, depending if it's a scrap or if it's an inventory loss.
All right, thank you. Is barcode also available in the maintenance app?
I don't think so, but you can check with the MRP team who is responsible for it.
Okay. Last question. Is there any integration or plan for RFID?
It's already available since Odoo 18. So here I didn't present it because not so many companies use it for the moment. But yes, you can install a specific app with an APK, and it will allow the system to read the information contained in a RFID tag.
Okay. Maybe one more. If that's okay. Do you have any recommendations on how to teach barcode operations in client implementations? As the person says, he knows the process in Odoo is easier to get the logic with barcode, but for a user that will only use inventory app, I found difficult the client to understand the process.
What I did here, because I teach barcode quite often, is do a game. Do a simulation in one space. Use you do a real pack in pack, for example, or pick pack ship. You do it with them. You make it like a game with some good things at the end, and like this, they will be motivated to learn to follow the instruction, and it works quite well.
To get everyone excited.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Clotilde.
Thank you.